Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahasham Hamashiach Yahushai Bahasham Rakah Kodash Barakatham. Shalom. This is your fellow servant Tazawar from the GMS Orlando camp, here with another lesson. First, I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well, from whom we learn His truth. Shalom to Yakim who are not in GMS, but are pushing likewise doctrine in spirit and in truth with all sincerity. To you few sisters that are listening and learning, as well as you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners who are scattered around the nations, looking like those nations. To the 144,000 elect men, and the rest of the hopeful elect. To you I say, Shalom. So, did a video yesterday about it was kind of like, it was inspired by our own Elder Gabar from the GMS Orlando camp, right? And this video was entitled, "If You White People Are Anxious Now, Wait Until Judgment Day," right? And the Spirit kind of took that video in a different direction. And I played the original clip that he was responding to, all right? But I got another clip here with a lot of so-called white people expressing their frustration and their concern, right? Their anxiety will continue to grow in the coming months as the squeeze is being placed, or increases, I'll say, because the squeeze is already on the general populace, on GP, right? On the masses. But their anxiety will grow as times become more difficult and these tariffs come into full effect. You know, I'm in transit, by the way, so Salakia for the background noise. But yeah, you know, Jake, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, hey, we've been on the struggle bus, how the old heads say, since time immemorial, man. Right? We've been knowing how to skate by with the bare minimums. Squeak by. Most of us. Right? And those that have done a little bit better than others, a lot of them come from a hard background. So even they are no stranger to the times that shall soon befall Babylon the Great. So I'm gonna play this clip real quick, and then we're gonna get some scriptures on there. But remember what I said in that other video, man. When white people, so-called, right, when they get afraid or anxious or their emotions get riled up, they default factory setting is violence. So I hope, you know, you believers and you brothers and sisters that are listening, take heed to that and prepare yourselves to the best of your ability, all right, Now we know our safety lies in the Lord. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because he kills and he makes alive, right? And the scriptures tell us that the name Yahweh will be a strong tower, right? A hiding place. It's our safe haven. So lean on those names, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. But that is no reason or no excuse to remain ignorant of certain things. Okay, just putting that out there through the spirit. So if you can, prepare to the best of your ability. You know, if you can afford extra food rations or, you know, medical stuff, then by all means do that, so you don't have to go out as often to try to find these things before shit gets bad out here. And also, be comfortable in your house, man. And what I mean by that is keep your ass at home. You ain't always got to be out gadding abroad and shit. All right, always up in somebody's face. All right, that especially goes out to you, the Akwath, you sisters. All right, especially the ones that don't have a man, right? You don't have a man to answer to, or male authority over you, right, protecting you. So that's through the spirit as well, you know. And because I know some sisters might be like, well, I don't go out to clubs, you know, I might hit a little lounge or like a poetry night. Listen, keep your ass at home in the days to come. All right, take your little narrow ass in the house, and put you on some music, get you a glass of yayan, some wine, work on your poetry or what, you know, whatever. Anyhow, the Lord just had me on that, so Salakia. But that's the spirits, you know. Anyway, without further ado, here is the clip that I was speaking on.
$98 goddamn at Costco to fill up my tank. $98.
Hi, I'm 28 years old, married with kids, and we're moving in with my parents. And thank you so much to Inflation for sponsoring today's video.
How am I even going to feed my kids with these food prices and the gas prices for my husband to get to work? Like, it just blows my mind. I don't know about
All right, I just wanted to make sure I was still recording. Salakia.
you, but something is seriously wrong with this economy. And I'm not kidding, like, I've never seen prices so high in my entire life. You're watching What Is It Like to Live in America now? It's crazy. I don't even know if I can afford life.
And I don't know how I'm supposed to be happy with the fact that the average cost to raise 3 children per month is over $4,000.
With inflation, I'm really trying to watch how often we order DoorDash or we go out to eat. Under 2,000 calories, healthy meals. I did not buy name brand items. $22 a day. That comes to $682 per month. So we're looking at over double inflation for groceries in 5 years. Nauseous. Nauseous.
5 gallons of gas. It is $18.92 for 5 gallons of gas. Let me tell you something, guys. This only filled up half my tank. Half of my tank. Just half. That's it.
I have to decide between buying food or gas. Guess which one wins?
Take my money, take my wallet, take my credit cards. Here's a watch that my grandpa gave me. Here's a key to my car.
$10.46? For this little bit of piece of chicken?
Did you not see that?
No! $10.46 for a handful of chicken bites.
Hey, fair
And
use.
stupid!
Fair use.
I'm taking the fucking shit back.
We already ate one, Mom.
I don't give a fuck.
You can't just take it back,
What a
Mom.
bat, watch me. Try to buy a whole fucking chicken for that price. The wings, the legs, and everything else to go with it. Fuck that shit. our backs, stealing from us,
Fair
profiteering off of us. Let me repeat, I have to decide between buying food or gas. Guess which one wins?
God. So, again, fair use, fair use. I'm not profiting off that video. I'm giving commentary on it. All right. So, according to the Copyright Act of 1967 or whatever it is, 1969. But yeah. So, and you saw that, right? And it was almost exclusively, well, no, it was, that video was exclusively Edomite women, or women that appeared to be Edomites, right? So times are hard, man, and that's that is the squeeze. All right, and this is the early stages of it. The early stages. So with that, let's grab what I want. Let's get Isaiah 22. Now this applies to our nation in Israel, but you know, it's talking about Israel, but this is going to occur in Babylon. All right. On this side, as the elder Yashawamba always says in his videos, that which was then is now, right? So to borrow that, this is something that's going to take place here in the US of A. And listen, the bulk of the people that will be saved, right, quote unquote, all right, who will receive salvation, so you can understand, are coming from Babylon the Great. Are going to be right out of this land here, which is America. But this is Isaiah 22. I'm going to start at 4. All right, because Jacob's trouble is not going to affect just Jacob. It's going to affect the country that, the entire country. And I'm going to say this too, because if you go back into our history and all of our captivities, Jake was the backbone of all of those ruling kingdoms, the backbone of society, the working class, so you can understand. So when trouble befalls the working class, the group of people that keep the economies going, keep the infrastructure running, hey, the country collapses. You understand? So that's what we're looking at. This is Isaiah 22, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. And let's do 5, straight to the point. For it is a day of trouble, and of treading down, and of perplexity by the Lord Yahweh of hosts, in the valley of vision, breaking down the walls, and of crying to the mountains. Right? Let's get this word perplexity. Well, let's get trouble first. This is the word trouble in the Hebrew concordance, right? The Strong's concordance, Salakia. And it is H 4001. All right, H4001. Mabasha. All right. That's a wab. Mabawasha. Right? And it reads, Downtreading. Subjugation. Right? Downtreading and subjugation. What does subjugation mean? That means, let's look that up real quick. Define. Subjugation, the act of bringing someone or something under domination or control. You see that? Bringing under domination or control. These gonna be dark times, and listen, the prophet's been telling y'all that for a while, and people just look at us like, we don't know what we talking about, or we crazy. Oh, them niggas on the street corner with the fringes on, you know, that's in the cult, talking all crazy and carrying on. Well, listen, I seen a video some months ago. This was a little while ago. I gotta see if I can find it. But it was a Jake on there talking about some. Hey, does anybody feel like those guys standing on the corners who was saying all that stuff, the Israelites? Does anybody feel like they're right? Does it seem like they were right, that everything that they've been saying has been happening? And the answer to that is yes. Because we are right. We are correct. All right, let me say it that way. We are correct. All right? Because the words that we speaking, especially here at GMS, they're not words of our own vain opinions, man. We coming to you, thus saith the Lord. And we giving you prophetic breakdowns from the Holy Scriptures. So, of course, the things that especially the men of GMS have been heralding for the last 40 plus years are spot on. All right? And the men of GMS, from the elder apostles and the elder bishops on down, have not changed their doctrine, man. All right? To bring under domination, man, or control. Now, let's get this word perplexity. I think I hit the same. Look at that. Similar words, but they took the took the shot out. And it means confusion. It's H 3997. Ma ba wa ka. Ma ba wa ka. All right. Anyway, confusion, perplexity, confounding. See that? Confounding. I should have got that root word from let's go back. 9,483. So this is the root word for trouble, right? Let's get that. Bawash. Right? Bawash. To tread down, reject, trample down, to tread down. Trample, and then it says of warriors. To desecrate, to kick out. Right? Now let's go back over here and get the root of perplexity. Salakia. I should have grabbed that root word first. And this is Bawaka. Right? Bawak. Bawak. And it's to perplex, to confuse, be confused, to be confused, to be in confusion. Listen, and these people can't understand why these things are happening to them, man. You know why? Because they don't believe in the Holy Scriptures, even though we've been out there saying it the whole time, yo. Let's get this one. This is Luke 21, the 21st chapter, and the 25th, Luke 21. That's 23. Let me see. Yeah, Luke 21 and 25. Now, this is the return of Yahushua HaMashiach, which we know when he comes back, the world is going to be in chaos already. Right? It speaks of Yahushua coming back during times of war. Countries will be fighting, right? Then they're going to stop fighting each other and seek to come into one league to fight against the heavenly host, right? Let's start at 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword. That's coming soon. Right? That's coming soon. And shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, which we're seeing that currently, right? And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, right? The signs in the moon. We saw a sign, a blood moon during Passover, man. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, right? Perplexity, man. Again, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, right? And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So all these things have to happen first, and then shall we see Yahushua coming to the earth, right? So all of these things, man, distress of nations. What do you think that distress goes into? Let's see. Let's see, distress. And this is in the Greek, right? This is in the Strong's Concordance. Sinoke, right? And it means what? A holding together, a narrowing, the contracting part of a way. Metaphorically, straits, right? Straits, distress, anguish. And are people distressed? Yes. Let's get the root word. To hold together any whole, lest it fall to pieces or something fall away from it. To hold together with constraint, to compress, to press together with the hand, right? Hold on. To press on every side. You see that? To press on every side, which is going into right here. Again, definition B. Of a besieged city, of a strait that forces a ship into a narrow channel, right? of cattle, squeeze, pushing on each side, forcing beasts into a position. Right. So to be forced into something. Right. Let's look at this one. Number 3. To hold completely, to hold fast of a prisoner. To be held by, closely occupied with any business. All right. Look down here. To constrain, oppress, of ills, and laying hold of one and distressing him. Ooh. To be held with, afflicted with, suffering from. Right? To urge. You see that? And these people are distressed. We just saw all of these women in this video spazzing out, man. Spazzing. Because they're in straits. They're in a hard way, a difficult way. And more shall happen before the end. Right? Let's get one more. Let's get this is Jeremiah. And we can't wait, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and 7 and 6. Right? Again, this is speaking to Israel first, right? As a nation, as a nation of people. But hey, that's going to happen here. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Right? What does it mean when somebody waxes pale in the face? Right? They're in distress. It says travailing. Right? Either fear or pain is some sort of distress. Lack of ease. A disease. Alas, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. You see that? So for these other camps to be talking about some ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble. It's right here in black and white. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. You see that? But the other nations shall not. Right? Just like when we left Egypt, especially under the circumstances, because the Lord has sent plagues on that place, it was a wasteland. And if you go there today, it's still not a beautiful place like in comparison to its previous glory. But this place, Babylon the Great, listen, when the Lord pull us up out of here, the only monument that will remain will be burnt ashes. It'll be total desolation, completely destroyed. The destruction of this place will be the monument. It'll be a flat land, like the brothers say. Like I hear Brother Nahaya always say, it'll be a flat land. You look around, see all these skyscrapers, these buildings, right? Got houses everywhere, cities. This shit gonna be leveled, man. They're gonna be destroyed, and that's gonna be what this place is remembered. That's gonna be the monument of this place. Just like people still talking about that pillar of salt over there in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And how there's chunks of sulfur that you can dig up out of the ground. They had a special on that, like on the Discovery Channel or Nat Geo or one of them. I saw that some years ago, talking about this sulfur is so pure that there's no place on Earth that they have now that currently has the level of sulfur and its purity than those deposits over there from the land of Sodom and Gomorrah, man, and the 5 surrounding cities. So the conclusion that they came to is that it had to come from otherworldly place, which that was the fire and brimstone that the Lord rained down, yo. The pure elements that he sent, fire and brimstone. But that place is a monument and a memorial to the wickedness of those 5 cities, man. So shall Babylon the Great be. Yahweh Mahar. Verse 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck. What yoke? The yoke that Esau got on us, right? And I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Lord Yahweh their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Beautiful, and we can't wait. That's what we calling on, man. So we are, again, heralding these times, and we're watching. And yeah, we got to go through straits as well, right? But these things are a comfort unto us, man, because, listen, it shows us that that our salvation draws nigh. Hold on. Let me go back to, I thought it was going to take me back to, yeah, Luke. Luke 21. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing that. Luke 21 and like 20. Yeah, 28, right? Starting at verse 27. 26. Men's hearts shall fail them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, right, and that's what we watching for, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And that's what we waiting on, man. And we know we got to go through straits. And we like, hurry up, Esau. And we begging the Lord to hasten the times, man. But, hey, we can't force the Lord's hand. But that's our desire, man, to go through the straight gate, to go through the fire of adversity so we can come out on the other side. And we want this thing we don't want it to tarry, man. And the Lord told us that it will not tarry. So anytime we see things like in this video that I showed, these are things that, sure is fearful when you consider the sheer terror that's coming upon this place, but it's also a comfort unto us because we have the hope of the Lord, man. And this is why we stay praying for mercy, praying that the Lord keep us and that he will guide us through that day, man. That he will bless and keep us and pull us through that day, that we will not be gobbled up in all of that chaos. All right, because a lot of people will be. Anyway, I pray this lesson was edifying. I pray that it finds you well. And until next time, Shalom. Wa Abad Babal.